Welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. What up, Dee Dee?
What up, though, pretty Nikki?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Just trying to get warm in Michigan, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain because it could be 90 degrees out.
Could be. Well, again, you guys, P called in on the sick. He sounded sick this time. I think it was that black oil seed.
Then recalled on the brother.
Yeah. I'm going to look it up and see if it got recalled. Because this time he did sound sick. Well, we got some good stuff.
Hoarse and raspy.
You said what?
I said his voice was all hoarse and raspy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
So, y'all pray for P that he come on through. So what's been up with you this week?
Nothing. I just had to set somebody culturally correct at work. Biggest pet peeve in the world is when someone says to me, "Oh, your hair looks so pretty." Who did it? The Dominicans? What? Their shop is not called the Dominicans. When your black person do your hair, you don't say, "Who did your hair? The blacks?" No, it's called Tina's Shop or, Design Elegance. I was like, no, her name was Maria. Why would you say that?
Oh, so it was a Dominican, though.
No, she was black.
It was Dominican shop, though.
No. But that made me so mad. That's not it. When someone's speaking Spanish, that's not called Mexican. She's a translator. She's speaking Mexican. What? No. I literally had to pull one of the assistants in the room and explain to her what the Dominicans are and what are Mexicans. Mexicans are a race of people, not a language. Mm-hmm. I was so annoyed. Oh my gosh. But anyway.
Yeah, to make a long story short, the Dominicans did your hair.
No, Maria did. She's black.
Oh, Maria is black.
Yeah, she regular black.
She got a Mexican name then.
Her name was can't stand you, and I'm about to explain the ignorance. No, her name is Anna Maria, and they call her Maria.
Anna Maria.
That's country. That's country.
She could go and work at the Dominican shop, though. Did you do a roller set?
No.
Under the dryer, blow dry?
I can't be under the dryer. That takes too long. I ain't got the patience for that.
Okay. Where did you go?
What's up with you?
Usually when your hair be buttered, I can tell. It don't look like you went.
This was not today.
Okay.
It was like this today. Here we go.
All right, girl, yeah.
Just came from the gym.
So close.
Right.
Let it shine through.
Natural berries and juices.
Mm-hmm.
But no. So what else was up with you, Nick?
Girl, work.
What?
You know what? Work has been so, you don't want to say nothing because you don't want none of your coworkers accidentally, and that's your bread and butter, and then they be stalking you, but you want them to support and all of that.
Right.
So let's just say I've had an interesting week at work. A lot of apologies and butt kissing came my way.
Wait. They listen to the show?
No. After walking out.
Oh. Why am I not shocked?
No.
It was coming. And you had been building up to this.
It was. It really was. I just had a breakdown. I'm telling you. And if they would have came in and I had already had a plan that I was going to fake, like I was having a heart attack so they could have to call the ambulance. Oh, y'all gonna get enough of playing. Come in my office if you want to. Because I had it already set.
Oh,
I had my aspirin sitting on my desk already. I had took one, and then I was waiting. They was gonna have to carry me up out of there. I was gonna be off for the rest of the week. Yeah, I was gonna be like, had it all set.
Ooh, somebody call my daddy.
Yeah, right. Give my emergency contact. No, I wouldn't have had him call my daddy because then he would have been panicking for real.
And he'd have really came up there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I would have had him call my sister because she don't never answer her phone because she's working. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
I think I might have switched her for my brother-in-law because he'll answer and she won't.
Yeah, he will. That is true. When I want her, I call him.
Yeah.
Tell your wife to answer the phone.
Yep, that's how you got to do it.
Ooh. Funny.
So, with us missing P, I guess we can move on. We got a surprise. We got guests today, y'all. Couple, a cute little couple too. So first of all, let us thank our sponsor for the evening. So, right, thank you. My phone. Okay, so it's a comedy, stand-up comedy production presented by Say It Out Loud Comedy and Team Marshall. So thank you so much, Say It Out Loud Comedy and Team Marshall. The comedy show is November the 17th, which is a Saturday at Ambrosia Theater on Lake Drive. Tickets are going fast. They're $15 admission, $20 at the door. Free parking. That's what's up.
All right.
And they got a nice little lineup. I'm not going to go through all the names, but they got a nice lineup. So it's a 90-minute rundown. So that's well worth the money. That's worth, that's worth like $40. So adult content. Don't come with your kids because you can find no babysitter. Adults only. Don't try to sneak no liquor in there. It ain't no BYOB. And don't come smelling. Well, no, we won't say that because I was going to say don't come smelling like weed, but they probably want you if you're going to buy the ticket.
Right.
You can smell like weed. You just can't smoke it while you're there. Oh, but then it's legal now there. Did you know it legal?
Yeah, we did. It's popping.
Man, they might be passing it around at the comedy show. They're giving out weed if you buy a ticket. Yeah. They're giving out weed. They're giving you a joint if you buy a ticket. That's what they're doing. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Door, you get 2 Rolos. And
right. 2 Rolos if you buy at the door. But if you buy in advance, you get a joint. Okay. Nice lineup. So limited seating. You guys better get on that. And you can contact 616-340-0408 or 616-710-7596. Again, we want to thank Say It Out Loud Comedy and Team Marshall, a stand-up comedy production. So make sure you go and check that out. And if you have any questions, you can actually go to the Ambrosia Theater's website as well. So they don't mention the weed. This is a secret that I'm telling you about the weed.
On the deal.
So all you got to do is when you walk to the door or get your ticket in advance, just say, yeah, I'm here for the W. That's all you say. And then they'll hand it to you. Now, if you don't say the W, you're going to miss out on that free gift.
Yep.
So I'm just letting you know the W. Oh, no. Code word, Nikki B. That's what the code word is. You go up, you say Nikki B, you're going to get that joint. Fire! And it ain't mixing it with nothing, so don't worry. You ain't going to be running around naked in no chicken coop. It's going to be good premium. That premium.
That premium
ooh-wee. I'll get you that ooh-wee. So.
Now, if you say and friends, you get 2.
Yeah. So, thank you guys. And anybody else who wants to sponsor, please inbox us about being a sponsor. So we want to thank those guys. And so today the topic of the show is about blended families. So because Dee Dee and I don't have a blended family, we decided to get a couple who is a blended family, Romeo and Shaquita. They're going to come to us and answer our questions because we got a question. And the question was, if your daughter had a birthday party. Okay. You're having a birthday party. No, I'm sorry. It was an open house. An open house for your daughter's graduation. Mm-hmm. And the mother of the child said that your wife couldn't come. Mm. So we wanted to know, how would you handle that situation? And then we actually have a couple of other questions probably to follow up, because we want, we're not in those situations. So we want to make sure we go to the experts, people who have been through it all. So we got Quita and Melly Mel to come in and answer us. So wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hey, Quita and Melly Mel.
Hey.
What up, though?
All right. So did you guys hear the question already?
Yeah, we heard the question.
Okay. So thank you guys so much for helping us out and, to tell us your story and how you have come together with your blended family. So first off, tell us a little bit about your blended family.
Well, let's see. We got grown kids.
Okay.
They're adult kids. The youngest one just turned 18 this year.
Okay.
Which is the one that's really giving us the problem of the blended issue.
Okay.
So the older ones don't really have an issue with it.
Okay. So now we can go perfect. 18, probably just graduated. So if there was an open house and they said that you couldn't bring Quita, Romeo, how do you handle that situation?
Well, in that situation, I don't go myself because we are one. So if she's not invited, I'm not invited.
Okay. So then, Quita, would you encourage him and be like, that's your daughter, I still think that you should go? Or would you be like, nope, if I'm not going, you're not going?
I would say I would encourage him to go, but if he doesn't want to go, because he would say that same old thing, nope, we're one. Let's do it. And I would say, well, let's do our own open house. So it'd be 2 separate open houses.
Okay.
So if it happened to you guys, don't invite me to both, because I'm not giving 2 gifts.
First of all.
Right. First of all, 1 gift. So then does that make
you better break it into 2.
Right. But does that make the family have split to choose which one to go to and split?
Well, I would say 9 chances out of 10, his family would say, okay, then if you guys are doing one also, it would be explained. This is the issue. This is why we're doing 2. Mm-hmm. I would think his family would say, okay, then we'll come to yours.
I would agree.
Or go to both.
Or, I wouldn't care if they came to mine and went to theirs. It wouldn't make me any difference.
Both. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So then let me ask you this. So when it's time for, I know you guys got adult kids, but I'm sure they always haven't been adults. So if it comes to a time where, you got kids that live in a house, kids that don't live in a house, would you ever take family pictures and not include the kids not in the house? Ooh. And consider that a family picture?
Nope.
I don't think that, no. Because to me, that's not a whole family.
Mm-hmm. So you guys would make sure all of your kids were on your Christmas cards. It wouldn't be some kid on the kid who don't live in the house, not on the Christmas card.
It would be all kids or no kids.
That's it.
Okay.
So if I say no kids, it would be just the 2 of us or all the kids.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all are pretty, seem strong couple, seem fair. See, because I would think that, and this is why I say, this is why we get people who in situations, and that's why we're so happy that you guys are here. Because I would think a couple of, I would think a couple of different ways, but, it's like, go ahead and go,
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine. Go ahead and go. Please go. It's your daughter. Go ahead and go. I'm not spending no more money to have no people. I don't want to be bothered like that. Y'all go ahead and go and have a good time. That would be me.
As you can tell by my face.
Yeah, we won. Yeah, we won. I want to watch some Lifetime. Go ahead and go to that open house. I'm good.
To the movies or the mall, shopping, whatever.
All right, I'm good. But I get that he would be like, right, it would be the thing for him to say would be, but I would think that the wife would be more or less like,
you can go.
Yeah, you could go, but it's a lot of the wives who would be like,
Oh, see, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
But I know that Dee Dee would, because I'm looking at her face.
Thank you.
And she real jealous. She real jealous. If you listen to any episodes, you know she real jealous.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, but in that situation, though, Nikki B, in that situation, either got to be one way or the other way, because another way the kids think they calling shots, or the ex be thinking she calling shots.
And
we not riding that wave like that.
He's more on that control thing. No, you're not telling me what to do. I'm doing this or that.
And you're right.
And that's where I'm coming from. If I'm not coming, you're not coming, and you know me, you're not even gonna ask. So you're gonna sit down. And then second, I'm already planning the party. But for us, it's not nope, you're just scared to get twice as many gifts.
See, I didn't even think about the control thing, and I do know that a lot of people do that just because I'm not one who do it. But you know what? If I was honest, I got about to be 16-year-old. And that's one of the reasons why I really don't be trying to be real serious, because he has an outgoing personality. So he always got company. He always going somewhere. And then I would just hate for somebody else to be coming in he can't have company today. Now we're arguing because I'm like, this is just who he is, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. So has that happened where how do you guys handle disagreements when you guys don't agree on the parenting? Is it you talk to your child and I talk to mine, or we both get together and talk to them together?
Well, that's a tough one, because in that situation, one of us is tougher than the other one. Always. I'm the growler. She's not a growler.
Right. But we've had situations with him and his ex and the child. Mm-hmm. And they don't know. But sometimes it has been a few times where I've taken their side. But I have to explain myself to him of maybe she's looking at it this way, and I'm coming to you as a female. Maybe that's why she's looking at it.
One. Okay.
Good one.
This might be why she's saying that. They don't know it. They still don't. Can't stand me, but I'm okay with it. But I have taken up for them sometimes discreetly, because he's that growler. He is that growler. And sometimes it's not, you can bring it down. It's not necessary. And this is why they're probably looking at it this way.
So again, if one of the kids, children got in trouble or were acting up, who has that conversation? Do we have that conversation together, or is it I'll talk to my child and you just be a good support system for me? Or is it you do the parent, especially if he's the stricter one, does he come down sometimes strict and then you like, we ain't talk about this,
All the time. Wait. See, I want to meet you at your face when you hit the door,
I think part of it is understanding the child.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're not used to something, you have to know how to approach it. It's just like any other situation. They're not used to this.
Mm-hmm.
They're not used to that growler. Sometimes they need it, but sometimes that's not the best way to approach them. Sometimes it's better to approach them in the way that they're used to, because maybe they may be the type that doesn't listen to that growling, period, because you may have done it before.
Right.
So it's understanding the child and what the situation is. Depending on what the situation is, depends on who should approach it.
Okay. So
hold on, Nikki B. Plus, she don't like conflict. I don't mind.
She likes peace. You like peace.
Then
it just means that you guys handle a thing, especially if we're talking about her child, she probably knows that the hollering or the rah-rah that's not going to work because if she's done it and dealt with it for years, then it doesn't work. Sitting down and having a conversation when you're calm may work, and she knows that. So then it doesn't work, because I think that me personally, I would think that I wouldn't want to come in and rah and changing rules, because you know how you'll see some people, as soon as they get married, somebody come in and they come in and they changing all these rules, and then what ends up happening is the kid end up hating that person, right, when that person really should be a support, in my opinion.
Right.
And
things might be going smoothly in the household. You know what I mean? He might have, the friends over and whatnot, but it's not hurting anything. He's following curfew, gets his schoolwork done. It's fine. But then for you to come change it, like, why change it if it's not broken? Leave it alone. Let it mess up first.
Right.
I can see that.
So I listened to a couple of little shows. So it's a couple that I take away from, and like Dr. Phil, one of the things that I love that Dr. Phil always, that just been stuck with me for a long time, is he was telling this couple, because they was doing, you can't get them visitation. They visit, just keeping them from the parents and that silly stuff. And he said, you got to love the child more than you hate the ex. Mm-hmm. So that means put the right. And then he always says, now Judge Judy says exactly the same thing, but harsher, because she won't even acknowledge a step parent. She'll tell him, that's not your child. It's been guys on there. Wow. I've been raising him since he was 2. She like, so what? He not your son. And then, but Dr. Phil's thing is always that as a step parent should be a support and not the one doing the discipline.
No, I don't know about that.
So what do you got there? That's what I was about to say, but I ain't have to say nothing. Melly came right on in. Melly Mail, come on.
Personally, I think it depends on the age of the child and how long that step parent has been in that child's life. Because you can't let a young boy or a young girl go astray, especially if it's a young boy and he has a stepfather. You would hope that stepfather would help give that boy some structure to some extent. Mm-hmm. But stepping in as an adult is a little different.
That's a hard situation.
It's different. It really is.
Melly Mel, you was about to say something. Quita cut you off. Do she do that a lot when y'all talking to the kids?
Yeah.
Okay. She's supposed to. Go ahead, Quee.
No, I want to hear what Melly Mel was going to say.
Yeah, but when you have a blended family, like I said, when you have a blended family, it's easier when they're younger kids, because they grow to adapt to where life should be with that parent or the ex or whatever. But when you got grown kids, it's hard. It's a hard situation, because things been going that way so long. And then when you want to change things, it's hard to change them.
But if they grown, then they should be gone. Right? Not all the time, right? So yeah, and then So then, do you have more patience then, since you know that this is what they used to? If they grow, older, then do you say?
Yeah, I have grown a lot of patience.
You really want people to ask for that weed? You didn't say my name. Remember the password for the weed? It's Nikki B. Dang, I ain't nobody said my name this many times in the show.
To be on the low.
D, I'm gonna get to you two in that pretty hair. So hold on.
So when they're older, then do you have okay, let's say this. How do you work with the parent that's not in the home? Do you guys contact that person's not, like, does Mel, do you have a relationship with the kid's dad? And Quita, do you have a relationship with the kid's mom? Where you guys can talk to each other?
We're kosher. We're cool when we see each other, but I'm not calling him.
No,
we don't watch the game together.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm just gonna say no. We don't have a relationship. We've had conversations before, but there's no relationship. It isn't any. I don't have him as far as my exes. Mm-hmm. They're kosher. They speak. They're cordial when they see each other, but that's it.
I think guys can do that. I don't know why women, for some reason, seem to.
I already told you last show. If your girlfriend is prettier than your baby mama, she's mad. Period.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right.
Yeah, see, I don't have a problem, but she has the problem, so whatever. It is what it is.
But okay, so then do you guys find that like if she has the problem, do you find that she could be the one manipulating the relationship?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, with the kids, it is. It's a big difference.
Oh, definitely, because some of the same things you hear her say to him, the child may say to him. So, it has to come from somewhere.
See, I think that's sad because I would be encouraging a relationship because I would think this is a good support system and, somebody else to help. They tell you to take a village. And so if it take a village, why not, if she's a part of the village, be the village? If Alicia Keys can sit down, but there's Alicia Keys always sitting in the middle, she don't be letting Swizzy be sitting next to her.
Man, your household.
She'd be like, you ain't sitting right next to Swiss Beats. I'm sitting in the middle of this. We can talk about this book and we doing it, but I'm in the middle. Girl, don't nobody want Swiss back. So, but you would think that, the people would be mature enough to say, this is a good thing and try to get to know that other person because I would want to know who my child is around.
There you go.
But when you're salty, you don't want that.
There you go.
And really, at the end of the day, the child should be the best interest of it all. I mean, I've even expressed that to his ex. At the end of the day, I really don't care about none of that other BS. At the end of the day, she's my only concern.
He's your only concern.
No, the child.
So you just said Melly Mel is my only concern, so I ain't thinking about her. Okay, but you said the child.
When it comes to anything between him and her and all of that, at the end of the day, the child is the only concern. Because it really is, it's about the child. Why bring that animosity that you may have or he may have to the child? There's no need for that. Let them form their own opinion.
Right.
And let them accept all of the love from everybody.
But then when I think sometimes you'll see stuff like I asked about the pictures and stuff like that. So sometimes then it's hard to, like if it's a child not in the home, sometimes it seems like the child in the home, and I'm talking about younger kids, get more. You know what I mean? Because they're in the home. So I think that if some new Jordans come out and you in the line and you talking about you love my child as much as you love your own, but you only came home with one pair of Jordans.
Right.
I got
little Timmy's. Right.
Right. I totally agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one. But that's where it comes from. The situation is when I said for the example of the Christmas photos, it's going to be all of them or none of them, because don't exclude this one or that one. Y'all all included.
But it all boils down to people being grown. People got to be grown about situations. And if you're not grown about situations, ain't nothing never going to work.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
The maturity level.
So I have a question for y'all. So, Lil Timmy's real mother or father gets a girlfriend or boyfriend. Do y'all reach out to that significant other and try and be cordial with them also?
If it's a girlfriend, I could give her rats.
Okay, they
if it's a fiance or they've been in a relationship for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
She's going to be the one that's going to be helping taking care of my child. Definitely.
Got to be cordial. Got to be.
Because
you try to be the peacemaker.
At the end of the day, you all want to be on the same page with that child. So, this is how we discipline them, or this is what they did, and they shouldn't be rewarded because they did this. Right. You all want to be on the same page.
So then, does that mean that before, if a child has done something before they're in your home, but before you punish them, you contact the other parent to ask them what they would do?
We're not doing that one. We're gonna take care of that right in the house.
Wait, it's current household only that matter?
No,
no. If they're are you saying like if they're in our household and they get in trouble?
Right.
No, we're gonna handle it.
Curfew.
You'll handle it. So I mean, I think I want you guys to think back to when your children were younger, because I know they're adults now, young adults. So think back to when they were younger and you guys first got together, and they were younger. Would you, if they did something, would you consult with the other parent to say?
No, I would discipline as I'm going to discipline, but okay. I may let the other parent know this happened. They may know that this happened. Say your child got caught stealing. No, you gonna get it in here, and you might get it in there because I'm gonna let them know. Don't give them no rewards when they come. Let them come because they didn't got caught stealing. Okay. Just plain and simple.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm checking you at the door. The other parent ain't got to know nothing.
Why am I not surprised, Melly Mel? I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know how it is. Well, I need to call you for tell you what he done over here. And then you can do over there. You live over there. I live over here with him. What can you do?
Then she can say, I just told him to do that last weekend. Why would he do it again? So now you know.
Right. Or if you don't, then they could be over there having a party and doing this and doing that.
They're going to go over there and party anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Not necessarily.
So if he or she is in trouble, no, stay in the house. Don't even move.
So you would take the visitation away from the other parent? Like if that's his weekend, you're not going?
Nope, you take your ass over there.
Stay put. Hey, we got issues over here this weekend. I'll talk to you when he get done.
I'm going out this weekend. You can go on over there, but I'm just saying. Okay. In fact, you can for the next 2-3 weeks if it's the summertime.
No,
don't give them no privileges.
Stay put.
But I'm going to enjoy. I'm tired of them right now.
Okay, so it looks like we got one disagreement on y'all right here.
Right. You're supposed to be on the same page.
I guess he's gonna be the one at home. Cause see, I'm gonna be out shopping. He's gonna be at home with the disciplining that child. Cause I'm going.
Wait. Mel, are you the type of parent that says, I got 2 questions. Are you the type of parent that says, okay, I done told you about doing this, you didn't growl, you didn't show your teeth, but an hour later, you still talk about the same topic?
No, I believe in putting hands on people.
Yeah, he is. He's still talking about it. He's talking about it tomorrow. What are you talking about? Tomorrow, he's still talking about it.
As a child, I hated that. You never told me. I said, okay, let's move on.
As an adult, I hate it. Just saying.
To be honest with you, I like to put my hands on people. So after I don't say what I'm going to say, I'm going to hit you upside the head.
I have to remind him of that also, that she's 18 now. You can't be putting your hands on her.
No.
As long as you don't leave a mark.
Yeah, he going to hit the head, the mouth, and let that mouth get smart.
That's a backhand. That's a backhand.
He going straight forward. And I have to remind him, you can't do that. She's not a little kid anymore. You can't.
And the other thing is, are you getting anything out of doing that? Because it's more to the issue.
No.
And so if you're not getting from getting that, then why do it? That's how I just look at it. It's like you got to try a different approach. If this isn't working, and she's feeling angry and bitter, and and unfortunately the mom is in her ear, then I need to be more positive to explain to her instead of coming across aggressive. Sometimes you need to take your time because you never know what it's hard now being a young adult and in high school and graduating. It's hard being a young adult and then going through the blended family and stuff like that. I don't care how old they are, the child that's out of the home always feels like the child in the home is treated better than.
Yeah, I've always heard that from other kids. I always have heard.
Well, if you want to come live over here, you're more than welcome. Now but you're gonna follow rules.
He's always offered that.
Point blank.
Rules or stuff.
And this is why when you see grown people get whooped out in public, because ain't nobody controlled it at home.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, now I don't want you to get arrested, and I don't need the police calling our show.
Which is actually
want to
why
know who Melly Mel is and all of this stuff. We don't.
That's exactly why I have to reel him in. When I said that they don't realize sometimes, that's my reeling in. Because I have stopped him several times from doing whatever he had felt like doing, which may have caused him to go to jail. Really, because I don't feel like going to try to bail you out for some stupid mess that really was uncalled for.
It ain't but $100. Just come get me.
You didn't get anything.
No, we don't do bonds or court appearances on the show. We don't do it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there because I don't want to be subpoenaed to testify about nothing. I already told y'all what I'm saying. Stop
when you
right.
Don't check it. When you don't check it at the door, that's when you have problems. That's when you become adults and they out in the public getting whooped on because they don't know how to check it in. You know.
But if you don't know how to check it in, if you don't know how to check it in now, did you used to know how to check it in then? And then she became a problem later when the whole blended family became in.
Yeah, that's when the problem come up for.
No, I don't agree with that. I really think that it should have been checked in a long time ago, because if she would have checked it in a long time ago, it wouldn't be an issue now as a young adult.
Because she been getting away with it.
Right.
Gotcha.
I think they feel that they've been doing it all along. You know what? I can say what I want to say and get away with it because I have been doing it that way.
So then, Melly Mel, if it's been going that way, why are we being harsh now? Or now?
It wasn't around. It wasn't there when I was around. After I left, it became outrageous.
Sound like Papa was a Rolling Stone, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
He didn't like no hats here. No hats here.
What I'm saying is this:
in the transition, I think what he's saying is in the transition, it went out of control, and he was trying to check it in, and Mama was not allowing it.
God.
And now it's out of control with the mama. Now she crying, saying, "Help!
Step in! I want you to step in now when things have gotten too bad."
You didn't allow me to step in when I wanted to step in during transition of us. Now you want me to step in now, and that's an issue.
Okay, so can I ask: Is Mama? Did she not have anybody, and now she got somebody like a partner in her life, and now she want to switch up, and I need help. And
well, the thing is, the child don't ran her life, so she couldn't have a partner because the child controlled all that.
Well, see, some people would say that, but it could have been her decision because, like I said about me, you know, I date somebody. I just don't have anybody around Nico, you know, unless it was a serious, you know, when it is serious, and I mean serious, but. I just don't have nobody around me.
Walking down the aisle and be like, "Oh, this."
Right, and I date, but I, and some people have said that to me, like, you know, that Mama got to live too. But to me, I'm like the exception to the rule because now everybody put themselves before their kids, and to me, these are crucial years for my child, and I can't have an interruption that will cause him. He needs some consistency from me because maybe it's just one-sided consistency. I'll put it that way.
I think part of her problem is initially there wasn't someone. So she allowed the child to run her. And then when she did get someone, she continued to allow the child to run her, but the child ran her and also tried to run him. And that was the problem. At that point, that's when she's like, "Help, I need your help," because she's trying to run my other, you know, my significant other, a friend, whatever you want to call him.
He gone.
It's out of control. Well, it's out of control now because you allowed your situation with her at the beginning to be out of control.
So is the guy gone now, or he's still hanging in there?
Your guess
he gone.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Probably not. It's cuffing season.
Right. It just started.
It depends on if he already had his own place.
No, that was the issue. We don't think he did.
No, that was the issue.
We don't think he did. He was there too much to have his own place.
Oh. So he moved in.
Well, he didn't move in, but he was there. Oh. They never went anywhere else, so.
Oh,
she was just out of hand, and he wasn't even there all the time, and he got on her nerves, and she got on his nerves enough to.
She didn't want him around. So when he was there, it was hell.
Oh.
She made it seem complicated when he was there. And they never went anywhere. They never went anywhere else. So that's why we say we don't know if he had his own place.
Or not. Yeah,
because they never went anywhere else.
Be like Jody. You ain't seen your kid, huh? Yeah, I did some research on it. Yeah. I checked on your daughter. You ain't seen your daughter in 2 years. You up here in my mama face. You think I'm going somewhere? I ain't going nowhere, Melvin.
Jody, oh Jody.
Clearly, that's her movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
$40.
We know what it is.
Okay. Mama got a list too. But she didn't had a son already get passed away. That's the only problem I have with that is that her son, she already lost her son trying to be with a man. And she's willing to risk Jody to be with a man. So they just made her seem too desperate. But it is a lot of desperate women out here. Just back to back, man to man, to man to man. Mama got to live too. Damn, mama, why you got to be a hoe?
I didn't know desperate in that.
Yeah, for her to be
regular.
You said what?
I didn't know desperate in that. He wasn't no whatever you want to call her, but she wanted a man in her life. And it was time for Jody to leave any damn way.
No, wait, time out. The kid ain't got to leave.
Jody should have been gone. Jody should have let him go. 19. Jody went around there with a bike and everything.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't hear her. What did you say, D? Jody what?
Jody didn't have to leave until his mama told him to leave until she's tired.
That was grandma's house.
Yo, baby.
So she ain't left the nest. That was grandma's house. Grandma said, you and the kids stay here. Grandma had them passed. That was grandma's house.
I'm talking from experience.
But Jody won't even put out the garbage.
I'm talking from experience.
Okay, so she talking
I have one child.
Okay, here we go.
One child. I swore I couldn't wait for him to move out. So as he got older, he got more sense. Fast forward, my nephew started coming over. So now it's both of them at the house. I'm cool with it because they keep each other company. Woo, woo, woo.
Right.
Fast forward a little further. Now my daddy is here because his house wasn't ready. Okay, so now I got 3 grown men in my house.
Your daddy, or some dude you call him daddy?
I ain't say Poppy. I ain't say Poppy. I
just want to know because I'm clearing it up for the people.
I ain't say Poppy. I said my dad. Okay.
I'm just saying I had to clear it up for the people because the people would have
known. Now you got daddy. You got your
my dad, my son, and my nephew. And it's cool because everybody.
That's too many.
We had plenty of room, but nobody. It was cool. I go on vacation, come back home. My hot water heater has broken. These brothers have not done anything to remedy the situation, and there's not a clean towel in the house. I have a lot of towels. I have a towel problem.
That's your fault.
No. Let me tell you what happened. I get home and I say, here's the thing. It's the 2nd. Everyone has until the 1st of the following month. Rent is $600.
Because
here they go. We can get our own place. Boom. All right. See ya.
Oh yeah, I remember when you did that, and then we was looking for your daddy. He wasn't speaking to
you.
You
go. Trust and believe. On the 1st, I was on the couch with my ankles crossed by myself. Your baby don't have to leave until your mama's ready for them to leave.
He was tired. There you go.
This is the point I'm at. See, you never would have came to that point. You would have stopped at the door. No, you got to go. Daddy, you can't come here. Nephew, you go back to your mama.
It was cool. I liked the company. I didn't mind it because it's always me and my son.
See,
Always.
when I was raised up, let me tell you something, D. When I was raised up and then we had company at my house, my daddy would come in and say, if you're here today, I don't want to see you tomorrow.
So they couldn't come back. Come 2 days.
That's messed up. Oh, no, you would have made it in our family. See, let me tell you something about Hispanics.
Only thing I remember is all them Christmas.
Who, me?
The Christmas lights.
Yeah, that's all we got. We had them Christmas lights now.
Mellow?
I just can't.
Y'all had them Christmas lights.
You know,
it had to be a final straw until it was gold. The mama's not going, because you rip the Band-Aid off.
There you go.
Little Timmy out the door, mama gonna be mad at you.
There you go.
And little Tim is that relationship, you can't fool with it. Not a mother and son. You can't.
I always say that too.
You can't.
But you got to be careful with that because it's
it's a different kind of bond.
I come up different then. I just come up different. I come up different.
But you stay with both parents. Your parents have been married for a long time.
Right. 57 years.
What, 55?
It'll be 55 this month.
55
right. So then you didn't have that issue because they were, one of them probably was, if your dad was he did it. Mama knew, that was back in the day. And that's why we need, because now it's more blended families. You got to think it's 50% of the people get divorced. So now it's more blended families than ever before. We got all these people having kids that's single parenting and all of that stuff. So it ends up being more blended families.
Yeah, but back then my daddy was everybody's daddy. So they should stop by the day and talk to him. Hey, how you doing? Need to ask you a question.
Man, I walked on that grass accidentally one time and got hollered at. Your daddy
smooth cussed out.
My daddy was out of the grass. I don't know what you talking about.
That was a smooth cuss out. Nigga, are you on my grass? I was trying to cut the curb. No, you on my grass.
That's right.
Not even on your grass.
We had one in our neighborhood too.
And I was little too, so I wasn't all on nobody's grass. Ain't like I was thick.
I don't want your foot in my grass.
Didn't want to see you at church time. I want to pray. No, get away from me after you didn't holler at me.
I'm still mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, on that end, I just grew up different and I just see things different,
Mm-hmm. But did it work for you?
Huh?
Did it work for you?
Yeah, it worked for me because they wanted me out.
Yeah, so they pushed him out.
See, we was like, no. When we was coming up, we was like, hey man, we can pay y'all rent. They was like, nope, keep your rent money, keep all your money. Because if you start paying bills around here, then you think you got rules. And you ain't got no rules around here.
Well, wait a minute. How many of y'all was it?
3 of us.
Oh, see, that's the problem.
No, it was really 2 because the oldest one is so much older. She was married and gone.
Yeah, my sister was already married and gone. So it was just me and my brother, basically.
Oh, so they was over it. They've been adulting too long. No, it's time for them to have that time.
They had too many grandkids. They're ready for y'all to go.
Nope, it's time for that was deuces for y'all. Sorry. Yeah. I was on your side at first and I got flipped, but
But I was trying to get out and do grown folks things.
Yeah, he was trying to do grown folks things. So it was like, you want to do grown folks things? Get you.
Yeah, that's when we stopped seeing them at church.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when you stopped seeing them in church.
On other people's grass. Wink, wink. No.
I was trying to find me one with Dominican hair.
Woo! Silly. I'm telling you.
So I'm just saying that's how I look at things, and being in this new blended thing, I have to calm down a lot, a whole lot.
Well, that's good because maybe that's what you need.
The balance.
No,
it seems like you guys balance. She's so nice and calm and
cute.
We can see it. Looking at you guys all up under the little blanket and stuff. Cute.
But Nick, what you don't understand is when I'm somewhere else, I explode and I'll be like, "What the hell just happened?" Then I got my cousin exploding with me, and then we ready to jump on the whole place. Where we at?
Okay, well, you don't do that because you know the sheriff been pulling out guns on kids in Grand Rapids. So
you know what? And handcuffing them.
I ain't got nothing about no grown folks. Y'all sheriff them. Every time I see Grand Rapids now, they on the news or something.
Something ignorant.
You better went out there. Don't you get none of that ooh-wee. Don't you give out the password from Nikki B at the comedy show.
Don't be a passer outer.
So do the kids get to come to the, do you guys get the kids, tell them about the comedy show and the kids come and y'all do families? Do y'all do family stuff?
No, we do occasionally, but as far as the comedy show, it's grown folks. It's real grown.
Okay, wait, I got a question for y'all.
Although the kids are adults, we don't party with the kids. That's one thing, we don't party.
But you do dinners and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, how do those go?
They go all right.
Everybody speak and y'all had good conversation, or is it dead silent and everybody looking at their phone?
The youngest one.
The youngest one we still have issues with. But that's the one where the mama was feeding.
Oh, she can come over Auntie Dee house. She'd be all right in like a weekend. It's cool.
I don't know, man. This one here.
Trust me.
Listen, this one here is a head case for real.
But what I'm saying is, you know, I know that, you know, you strict and all of that, but you just have to, sometimes it's all in the approach. You just have to try different approaches and you'll get through to her, because I think when you blow up, you give her the attention that she's looking for, because she's just looking for attention. Yeah. So if you giving it to her like that, if she figured any way I could get attention, I'll get it. So I wouldn't even buy into it a lot of times. Yep. And then, you know, you need somebody to talk to her. And then it may even be a good idea if Quita, instead of you calling and blowing up, Quita might call and say, I mean, even if she just hang up on you, hey, how you doing? After so many times, people be like, okay. But then if she block Quita number, then.
But wait, so what? Let me ask this question: do you think that she could be escalating because she's jealous that you are with Quee?
Yeah.
So what do you think about like doing a daddy-daughter day?
Don't get all this.
Chill. Really?
Yeah, he's tried that.
But the thing is, have you really tried that? Because here's the thing for me. Let me just say this. It's one thing to do a daddy-daughter day and you go and you sit down and you high school going a nice talk. But if we're doing a daddy-daughter day, don't come lecturing me. I don't want to hear nothing. Don't be trying to discipline me on our daddy-daughter day. Just make it neutral, where you want to go. Let's sit down. Let's have something to eat and just make it, you know, flow. And don't be trying to discipline me or talk to me about everything I did wrong. Because otherwise, that's not a daddy-daughter day. This is just you complaining again about me. Here I go again. I'm the bad person and you complaining, and that's not fun.
No, we don't do daughter and daddy thing where I sit down and I explain to her how things are going.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So you can't do that.
These are rules, and I'm telling you, and you can't do this.
No,
not that way. Not that way. Explain to her where we at in life. And everything in life is not peaches and creams, and that's what's wrong with a lot of people and a lot of kids now, because they don't understand real life.
Right. You know, what I'm saying is sometimes you don't. I'm sorry. Right. Exactly. His tone, every time he answers one of our questions, he's aggressive.
And I've had to bring that back down.
Right. I'm glad I don't have nothing to do with him, but.
Man, I be there stabbed you in your sleep. I mean, oops.
That's one of the things I've had to do to reel him back in. And it's in that conversation. It's not what you say sometimes, it's how you say it. You can't approach it this way. Maybe if you do it this way, maybe things will go smoother, or don't say it that way. You can't be so harsh about the way you put things out there sometimes. And I've explained that to him, and that's part of my reeling him back in. Where when I say they don't realize how many times I've reeled him back in and had him approach it a different way, it's those type of things. And he has tried to do he used to, when she was in high school, she got money every week. He would drop off money to every week.
Sometimes it's not the money, it's the time.
not just that, but it was taking her out. It was all of that, but it still was not. There was no. It was expected with no appreciation.
Ooh.
Okay, so and then you know what? That we might have to have you guys back on the show because that's another thing that people don't be thinking that people appreciate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And people do appreciate stuff. So all the time I get a good morning, good night text from my dad. Not all the time do I reply back, Dad.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah. I agree with him.
That's wrong.
With Daddy,
it is because I love my dad to death.
Your daddy a sweetheart too.
He is, but it's just
Nick, you got her. Your dad.
And you ain't doing nothing that important. You can't say.
I do.
Dad. Thank you.
Because you ain't saying good morning to nobody else.
That wine.
You said what?
He said if you put down that wine.
Dirty.
Maybe it won't look like it's
now you might have a dumb deacons meeting with me and all that. Just 'cause they had to meet with you before. Don't try to put me on blast. Because we know you done been in the back a few times,
Sitting in front of the board. Clean this case to the board. Well, y'all, what had happened was I had a long week.
Yeah. See, that's what y'all don't understand. If he's texting you, you should have at least the gratitude to text back and say, "Good night, Dad."
I do sometimes.
Nick, you gotta make it. No.
Wait a minute, because just yesterday I sent the thing. How's your day going, Dad? I hope you're having a good day. Because I hadn't replied back to the good night. Yeah. And then he said, better now. Then at night, good night, daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you hear him? He said you didn't respond again. Did you respond to him?
Oh, of course I responded to my dad. I love my dad. We just spent the weekend together.
But you just said that you don't respond all the time.
Because I keep telling Dad that he don't have to send them every day.
That means he's thinking of you.
That's right.
Okay, and this ain't about me. This about blended family. Let's reel this back in my show. Let me mute everybody.
That's one of his things with the responding. Him sending her text messages and her not responding. And
yeah, that was a little touchy. Don't come for me, Melly Mel, because I got a taser. I got some. Come on me all aggressive if you want to. You're gonna get tased, and I'm gonna call Quita and be like, Myers.
In the fetal position.
G7. Get him at G7.
Well, his thing is if he paying the cell phone.
If I'm paying your bill, you want to contact me every time I call you.
The least you can do is pick up the phone and call back or respond to a text message. That's his theory.
I get it.
So. Shut the phone off.
Oh, he did. Sorry.
Oh, that's been done.
Oh, it'd be off.
That ain't
I hate that because you shouldn't be doing that.
I ain't nonsense
for her. That's like that ain't no lesson.
See, this is me.
None of that.
I can show you way better than I can tell you. So my son thought he was grown.
But see, that's still.
He thought he was grown. Senior, showing his chest, flexing his chest. I'm gonna show you. He came home. Only thing that was in his room was a pair of MTA Pros. If you're unfamiliar with that, that's from Meyer. A white tee and some basketball shorts. That's it. No J's, no throwbacks, nothing. Until you learn how to appreciate what I do for you. You're an only child and you have everything that you could think of.
Right.
Bruh, I'm going to show you. Watch. 1 month, he wore that same white tee and them same basketball shorts.
Somebody should have called Child Protective Services on.
And no phone. Trust the thought.
And see,
I love you, mother.
So we gotta wrap it up because we keep our show at an hour, and it looks like we could talk to you guys for about 2 hours.
Easy.
So we gotta wrap it on up.
Okay. Yeah.
So we will end it. We end our show, and we do just some our little comments at the end of the show of what we got out of it. So thank you guys for being a part of our show to help other listeners know what to do and what not to do. Because maybe, some of them picked up something, some of them picked, we could be doing things a little bit different. So we will let you guys give your final word on the show. So Quita, Mel, whichever one of you want to go first.
I'll go first. I would just like to say to keep the lines of communication open. Be open to listen to all parties. I think that helps everything flow better. Regardless if you're going to go with it or not, be open to listen to it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead, Mel, babe.
I just say, as a couple, if you are in a blended family, that couple they either got to stay together or it's not going to work.
Stay on the same page?
Stay on the same page or it's not going to work.
We are one.
Y'all look like it now because y'all so darn close to each other. I can't even look like the head detectives.
Hold on, it's my birthday now, so we need to be close.
We don't need to.
Let me mute their line. Thank you.
Right.
Go ahead, Dee Dee, with your final statement.
You know what? I strongly feel about if you got with the mom, little Timmy is older now. Let mama say, little Timmy, it's time for you to go. Because when you rip that Band-Aid off, you do more to hurt the relationship that you're currently in than you do to get little Timmy out. So now he resents you because he can't stay with his mama no more. Because it was cool until you got here. So think about that when you're trying to lay down rules and set expectations with the kid that you're coming in on. That's it.
Okay. And then for my final closing, I think that we learned a lot here. And I just think, as Quita said, keeping the lines of communication is always open. And remember to put it's a child involved in this. So put your feelings aside and do what you need to do for your child. There's a lot of people who don't get along, don't talk bad about a parent to your child, and encourage that relationship, because when you look at the statistics of girls without dads, they're bad. And when you look at the statistics of dads without sons' lives, it's bad, and vice versa. And I think that sometimes people put on tough exterior and they still yearn for those parents. And life is just so short that you just don't want to mess up a relationship with your parent. You only got one mom and you only got one dad. And you just don't want to do that. And then for all of the young ladies who are just so desperate to have a man in your life, please don't let no man come in your life and destroy your relationship with your kids. I tell you, every time I see the news and somebody's boyfriend and shook somebody's child, it just angers me to death that, somebody is coming in. So, but I think with love, communication, and understanding, and please don't be the bitter parent, the bitter ex, and trying to poison your child, because karma is something else. Sometimes that same child that you tried to get to, when they get grown or older, they won't have a relationship with you, because once they really gotten to know that parent, they'll see that you lied on that parent, and then they won't want anything to do with you with all the time missed. And then just pay attention to all of the signs, because I think that we all show signs of, what we're missing. And I think it's important that we just pay attention to some of the signs and not always, be so harsh and so quick to come in. Sometimes you just got to listen and bite your tongue sometime. And I know that that's hard, but sometimes you got to bite your tongue and just listen. And maybe you'll hear something that you haven't heard before.
Very true.
So again, thank you all for listening.
Yes.
Again, thank you to our sponsors. Say It Out Loud Comedy and Team Marshall, a stand-up comedy production that is November the 17th. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 8:30. A nice lineup, $15 at the door. $15 in advance, $20 at the door, free parking, which is awesome. Adult content. Again, the numbers you can call for any questions, 616-340-0408 or 616-710-7596. And you can also go to Ambrosia Theater, AMBROSIA. Again, don't forget to follow Nikki B and Friends on Facebook, NIKKI B and Friends. Please follow our page. Continue to send us the comments. Thank you guys, because our iTunes, we got some really great reviews on there. And thanks again to Arlington, Virginia for listening to us. We don't know anybody in Arlington, Virginia, and they're our highest listeners. So we appreciate you. And then out of the country is Paris and Sweden. So we appreciate you as well. So thank you guys for looking and downloading. And when we didn't download the show, you guys was right on it. Where's the show? But we had to do something, had some technical stuff that we had to do over. So continue to support us. Any sponsors, inbox us. Continue to inbox us with questions. But thank you for all the love and support. We really appreciate you. If you're in the Grand Rapids area, don't forget to check out the comedy show on the 17th. And thank you all and have a good evening.
Peace, y'all.